Map number 2, Order up 1-0 over Renegades, and Renegades, well, it's a must-win map for them. Otherwise, they do take second place in Road to Rio, and Order will be crowned champions for the first time in a while as we head into the Pistols. Going to be Order starting off on CT side. They've chosen to start CT here. And with a bit of smoke and flashes available to Renegades, they might try to take control of brackets.
So smoke straight onto jungle side. And all the T's going to make their way up there, looking for a bit of info, looking for a bit of control. A flash onto dig side. Are they just clearing bracket? Does look like it. It's going to be the push over towards jungle side. There is a smoke on Moto, a double nade into pit.
Oh, and Val has a huge job ahead of him. That flash allows so much space and 2 huge picks for Renegades to kick things off. But they have 2 more to find here if they want to go to the A site. Bomb's still in this position. Ali has something to reply. And here's Malta B-hopping his way through library. Another found Ustillo here as well. And all of a sudden, Renegades are just being mopped up. It's Dexter. Can he clutch it in the 1v3?
That might have been a bit of an overextension from Alistair. You don't want to be giving Dexter too much room to work with in a clutch situation, but what a push from Ustillo. Rounds the corner and closes it out, and him and Alistair have just dragged Order through a difficult situation and got them the pistol round for the CT side.
Can't believe it, really. Renegades, you know, I thought coming back again. They're just going to jump out here on map 2 and obliterate Order in the pistol, and Bob's your uncle. That's going to be the end of the map. But no, Order, again, continuing to show that resilience and keeping Renegades under that pressure. You know, I'm really starting to get a feeling that we might actually see an upset in this match today.
Well, it's off to a good start here on the second, and if that happens, no one will be getting their predictions right, and we will still be neck and neck. Well, it happened yesterday in the semis for the Asian region. And you said Bob before, but I see him just crawling next to Dexter there as well, so MC might be able to see if Bob's still hanging around. I know you weren't a fan of Bob, you actually ate him yesterday.
Yep, seems to have been okay though, making it back into the server again. By the way, Jyra here with the MP9. Oh, he's just going to farm up a storm. There's 3 kills for him. Finally, Malta will shut it down. Ricky's there though, and he's looking too good today.
Fallen over into a 2K there, really.
Love tap to the head of Dexter.
Good old hold ANS and a bit of mouse one. Look away from the screen, cross your fingers and your toes, and he's done it. Now Renegades, they're going to go into their first gun round here, but Order looking extremely comfortable. Haven't really sustained any damage in the anti-eco so far. It's exactly the start you'd want to see from them, continuing their dominance from Train. Wow. It's a full commitment to the bonus actually here for Order. Jyra's only bought a 5-7. They want to keep their money around about the same so they can try and buy next round. Where did those nades come from, Mac?
What have I just seen?
Well, that was ridiculousness, summarized with some nades, and another to get so much damage done to the Renegades. Look, 2 bullets and 2 men are falling here.
They might just win this bonus. Could it go any better for Order if they are able to convert this bonus round here?
That's so ambitious. Even Jyra with just a 5-7. Val, there's the info. Misses the opportunity to get the shot in. Sneaks his way into Archers, and the rest of the boys now going to be stranded there at bracket.
Well, Val's definitely called that, and he's going to be aware that Inns can be wrapping around behind him. Maybe he's not. I thought he spotted Valiance, to be honest, but apparently not. Inns has gotten the free kill there for Renegades, and now it's kind of onto Ustillo holding close here. By diggity, Malta will end up finding that frag, and Alistair also falling. Jyra, he'll peg one back, but Renegades are getting through this round by the skin of their teeth.
Oh, thought Jyra was going to be able to pick up that AK and get out of there with it.
The thing as well is Order have no idea how much damage that they've done just with that utility as well.
Yep.
And when they come back, they do a demo review and they look at this round, they are going to feel so damn robbed.
Yeah, I mean, if you could know how much damage you did with the HE nades, you probably would have just seen them start to get aggressive. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to convert that one. Renegades, that's going to give them their first gun round. However, as we pointed out earlier, you saw Order full commit to the bonus. Jyra didn't invest in this round except for a pistol and armor and some grenades. You do see around 2 to 3k in the bank for all of these Order players, so they're really looking forward to this next round to just be able to buy.
What that round could have been for Order and what that round could have meant for this series, we will never end up knowing. But there'll be a lot of moments, I'm sure, that we go back to here on Inferno, regardless of the result, where we think that one could have made the difference. I think that's the first example of it. Order will have to dig deep now and look for a solid gun round to, again, put themselves back in a commanding position on Inferno. Really hanging in the balance right now as Renegades look for pretty quick play into brackets. They're actually going to even smoke that incendiary that was thrown by Alistair. He'll spam through the smoke and get himself a kill onto Hats. It's just... Renegades keep trying to probe, and Order seem to have the answer every time.
That's just the intuitive sense that Alistair has for this game. He just knows the angles so well, knows what the movement's going to be.
That comes with a whole lot of experience as well.
That's what 10,000 hours of Counter-Strike looks like.
You can see that this is probably one of the most played maps by Order in the last 3 months. I think it was up to 14 or 16 or something there as we saw the map stats earlier. And Ricky, as he hits the minute mark, he will just drop that smoke. Fall back to site and call for the rotation from Ali, but he doesn't have a smoke to bring. It's just the extra weapon. Renegades looking like they are about to go for a bust as the smoke fades. Ian's just creeping forward. There's no flashes. It is going to be the entry. Big pick him. All the way up. Ali now. Last line of defense as the other boys are starting to rotate over. 4v4. Getting ready for the retake, but there's another Ali. Sneaks away with that one. Nade going to miss the mark. Order will be smoking off Banana, which forces both of these players now to have to go aggressive. You can see Sicko going forward. There's no other option, but does he find the lineup? Fully blinded. Here's the opportunity. Order try to get in, but it's Dexter holding Malta as well. It's up to Gyra, the Famous again. He upgrades to the M4A4, but that smoke, it's going to fade in a moment, and that's the round. It should be Renegades, but Gyra has something to say.
He has no kit. He's got no kit. He's got no time. Has to back away here. Sicko might even deliver that final blow, and he will. There's a bit more vintage from Renegades, a bit more like what you expect to see from them. And it'll be enough to break the economy of Order to a piece. Renegades, to be fair, a couple of streaky rounds, but sometimes that's the difference. And this time, they're going the way of the T side.
A couple of headshots in a matter of bullets from Dexter there. Pretty much seals the deal for the Renegades. And like you said, those are the rounds they're looking for. Has reset Order just for the time being, but with no players surviving, Order going to take a pause, and honestly wouldn't be too bad of a shout to think about a force. Maybe just think about upgrading a few pistols and trying to go for a bit of damage.
We saw already what they're able to do with just a few HE nades. Maybe a nade stack here for Order. We know that they like to do it. Gyra's got one.
Ooh. Looked like they were going for the force as well.
Yeah,
did indeed.
It's a good time to go for it. I mean, you're looking at Renegades surviving with 0 players in that last round. It's Inferno CT side. You can really use the utility well on the pistols in some of those close angles, those choke points. So I think for Renegades here, the name of the game really is try to feel out what Order's doing. You try and go take that banana control, maybe some control of bracket as well. And from there, you probably want to wrap jungle side. It's probably the most high percentage play up against these pistols and the half buy. But we will see what they do end up going for. It does look like they're preferring a bit of a carpets explode here, probably sending Malta out first. So that's going to be a lot of pressure onto Ustillo. He doesn't have a Molotov to slow this one down.
But he does have a solid angle with the CZ.
We know what the CZ can do sometimes. Malta jumps out first. It's a 1-for-1 trade as Valiants will end up being smoked off, electing not to push through it. They know they've still got Alistair in a pretty premium position. And if he can pop 1 or 2 heads, then Renegades are going to falter again.
See that Renegades have the read, though. You've got Dexter still just lurking and waiting for someone to make their way through apartments, but Order just sticking to their guns.
I don't think Ricky spotted Dexter there, although there might have been a little head peeking on out. Oh, Gyra's watching. Alistair and Gyra have gotten 1 apiece. Only now is the bomb plant going down for Ins.
Great utility going to be thrown, slows the push from Order just to allow Inns to reposition. He's in a strong one as well, but oh, Ali gets it done, and from the pit, Sicko can't find a thing. It's a 4v4 on the retake, and look at that. Renegades couldn't find a single kill. They got that bomb plant, but Order, that force buy was spectacular.
Well, I guess that's a bit of revenge for what was happening on train. This time it's Order's turn. They've picked up a huge critical round. That is going to do wonders for the economy as well. They've grabbed 4 AKs. You couldn't ask for a better round from Order there.
That's going to put Renegades in a bit of a difficult position economically. A hell of a lot of AKs being picked up at the end of the round there from Order. Excellent stuff to be able to just control themselves, not overcommit. It seemed like they were really setting up a net, sort of pinning Renegades into this A bomb site after they went for that carpets explode. Renegades going to respond with a light investment, trying to go for a little bit of damage before they try to buy up in the next round.
Order's economy certainly stabilising there after getting the 4 rifles to carry across into the 6th. But again, Renegades are looking sharper so far this map as compared to Train. The T side may not be their favoured side here, but even so, they still usually rack up a whole lot of rounds. And Inferno, these pistols are so dangerous.
A few smokes in the back pocket of Renegades as well. Does give them a few avenues of attack, particularly in toward the B bomb side here. A CT smoke wouldn't be too bad. I think one of them's just landed on the roof somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on there, but either way, it's not going to matter too much. Ricky, Gyra, they're locking the bomb site down.
And they're landing those bullets. Bomb now in their control. And Malta, he could have been a machine earlier, but unfortunately here, he was walking into his death, into the meat grinder, it seems, as 3 little CTs were all just ready and waiting for that push, and there it is. 4 on the board for Order. Strong start to the second map. And with every round, that is 1 step closer to this upset.
Renegade's going to buy up now. Didn't do any damage whatsoever to the CT economy last round, so Order starting to cruise along nicely here. Plenty of cash for them to fall back on. Renegades lacking a few critical grenades on the T side here. Going to be a little bit harder to go for some map control. Looks like a fight towards Dana early on. Ricky has been so solid in this position. He's got himself a 2K. And already Renegades being shut out of this round just by grenades, just by protocols.
I think it might be time to start getting that bell out, dinging it a few times, because this really does seem to be Order's day. And Renegades are not having the answers for what's being thrown at them. Not just from someone like Ricky, but from the rest of the squad as well.
Well, Order is technically up right now.
Want to hear your best Order up if Order wins this series, Mac. You'll be the one to do it, surely.
I'm sure Matt can conjure a pretty good one.
Thanks, guys. That's really nice here. Thanks.
3 on 5. Into the B bomb site would be the way to do it. Would be the main way you'd turn around a disadvantageous situation like this. Would take a mistake or two from Order or some really nice shots on the entries from Renegades.
Oh. Speaking of nice shots, Malta. Go hunting some heads there and maintain control of bracket. Now that's going to be no early rotation and no big information over towards A. The 2 remaining players there, both totaled on site.
Yeah, Val's still got a molly. He's going to drop it a little early. No real tells from Renegades that time around. You can tell they're a little bit suspicious of this jungle rat, but it is going to be all of Renegades through Deke here.
Oh, great crosshair placement from Val. And that might just secure the round, although Hats, even on 9 HP, continues to fight. Now it's going to be the 1-on-1, but Ustillo locks it down. And we were talking about them before heading into this match. They had a scorcher over on Train. But as we are here on Inferno, again, that crossfire was just too strong. And that's 5 on the board for Order.
Every individual seems to be stepping up right now for Order, and it doesn't matter where Renegades go or where they try to probe, they can't find an inroad. So I guess now is where we get to find out how good Renegades really are. When was the last time you saw them in a domestic competition struggling against one of the other teams?
When was the last time you saw them in a domestic competition down a map?
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have to open that strap hook up and show us something pretty special here.
All things being equal, though, I think Order, they're not looking to take their foot off the gas pedal at any point. So if this is just one of those off days, you know, happens to the best of us, could be the case for Renegades. Order keeps cruising along the way they're headed. This definitely could be a 2-0.
All missed opportunity from Ali, though. That's going to be the sneak into Archers. Ricky in a good position to punish. No one's going towards Speedway, though. It is the Raptor Library. Renegades just hiding, looking to work the timing. But Malta, he's going to give his life for some more information. Little Beret not spotted over the haystack there. And now the contact continues forward. It is just going to be a matter of coordination. But Val is ready and waiting there at reverse default.
Yeah, not much in this one for Renegades. Valiance, nice flick across. Does get rid of Ins as well. 6 and 2. And man, think about those storylines that we had presented. Alistair finally qualifies for the minor. And that gets ripped away from him. Now here with a chance of taking the top spot in Road to Rio, which isn't necessarily a qualification for the major. Let's clear that up before we get too excited.
Of course, it depends on how many more competitions have those RMR points.
Indeed, but it's a bloody good start.
Renegade's going to take a pause. They've been taking a beating, if anything, so far here on Inferno. And it's going to take a hell of a lot of T rounds consecutively for them to get back into this half. I think it really starts with what they tried to go hard for in the last gun round, which is that banana control. They need to try and shut down Ricky over towards banana. Jara's having quietly quite a good game here as well for Order. And if Renegades can get that banana control, they can start to mess with the rotations and do what they do best, control the mid-round.
Slower approach this time from Renegades, although they have some presence in banana. Gyra is looking to clear that out, and just look at how easy that is.
Every time, just getting these picks at banana and continuing to collapse on Renegades round after round, who are getting no opportunity on these bites. Dexter will send it into bracket, and opens up another opportunity, but the can of worms gets shut as Val continues to survive, and he will flush out Archers. Big shot, Sicko. That's going to draw the rotation back from Gyra now. And no matter where they go, they'll either have an even standings in the 2v2, or it will be the 2v1, but Dexter almost gets away with it. Val looking at the right place at the right time. And now it will be the one-on-one on the B side. Slow approach. Util is there, but sneaks his way through, and Gyra. He must have spotted this one because he's the Val on his way through now, denying the wrap, but Sicko looking in the right position.
Hang on.
Surely he's aware.
Sicko's the kind of guy that could win this round. He's gotten the bomb plant down. He'll look for the one-on-ones. I don't know if he'll find it too easily. Maybe if he can cross into CT, get out of the sight range of Ustillo. Either way, the HE nade comes through, and he flanks right into Gyra's crosshair. So another round up for Order, and one with a couple of guns alive. It's not perfect, but it's largely good enough. They've got a huge amount of cash in that back pocket, so they're not concerned really about the economy at the moment on the CT side. And it's just another one that Order is going to put on the board as Ustillo does grab the AWP.
Renegades up to full loss bonus, pretty much, so every bomb plant will pretty much put them in straight into another gun round. Again, they've been shut down in banana before they can really get rolling. Ricky and Gyra, this duo really on one at the moment. The utility and all the shots connecting every single round.
Well, 5-round lead, and Order hunting for that glorious 8th round, so they will have a slight advantage heading into the second half, and any more than that is just, I'd say, a bonus with the way Order are currently performing. That's going to be the aggression through smoke. Ricky going to be forced off the line. Gyra not too far away, but as you can see, Ricky still with decent utility to hold off the troops. Big pick from Ali as well, Malta falling.
Yeah, that's the wing player down, so lack of info over there towards the A side of the map for Renegades, and this is the first time they've got banana control, so you would definitely expect them if they're going to go for a B play. It's got to be in this round, but you're already seeing Order. They kind of following that thought process as well, Valiance is starting to move across, and Renegades know that it might be just too one-dimensional to go towards B. They've still got a lot of time to play with, so they're going to go back towards bracket, keep order guessing. Try to make the mid-round more complicated and sow some seeds of doubt in the mind of these order players. But end of the day, they have been shut out of bracket with some great utility usage from order. And order will keep these 3 players over here towards the B bomb site. Valiance with a Molotov still to throw.
It's such a good setup right now for order.
Gyra's got a molly as well.
Oh, but they need to throw them.
And Ricky, generally pretty sharp from a position like this with the AWP. Inns goes down early, and that's going to be the tell for order that there's a few more players headed on in. Decent trade from Zico, but a 1-for-1 is not enough. They need more frags, and they need them for free. Dexter obliges, and 2-on-3 is the numbers advantage, favouring order as the retake now must persist. Oh. Dexter, however, is in the perfect position with an AWP to make this work. They all have to come in from CT spawn. Valiance is going to chuck a progression smoke over onto Banana, actually. It's not even a progression smoke, and he goes down early on in the piece. I think Renegades might actually be able to snake this round.
Dexter fully realising that he has to make a play in the situations. He's evened the numbers there with that pick, and now they might have left it too late. Ustilo wants to make his way through, but Dexter's focused on this position. So much noise made. The cover's there from Ali, but he hasn't made his way anywhere near the bomb site. So valuing that AWP to be carried across into the next was just too much. It was the 3v2, but after, you know, there was the smoke and the flash. They eventually got used, but then I think it was when Val fell down, it just all came crumbling down as well.
Well, Dexter's generally pretty handy with that AWP, and you give him an opportunity, he's going to be able to run with it.
We had this discussion earlier. Everyone on that team is handy with an AWP.
It's true, it's true. 7-3, so it's still not a particularly pretty scoreline for Renegades, and that I really like. Order calls a tactical pause. They immediately see, okay, Renegades have won the round. Let's just slow things down a little bit here. Let's not let Renegades ride on that high into round number 8, or round number 11, I should say.
Got a couple options here is order. Everything's been going pretty well for them. The setups that they've run have given them a lot of opening picks. They've definitely been shutting Renegades down in Banana. So they can choose to try to go and keep doing more of the same, or they can try to change it up and stay one step ahead of the Renegades, who, you know, I'd say in that round definitely did not have the advantageous situation running into that 3-man setup towards the B side, but made it work. So I'm not sure they've necessarily worked out this CT side of order, but they've definitely had enough rounds that they've seen what order's doing to try to be able to make some adaptations.
As you could see, we were talking about those Molotovs, but that smoke just didn't stop the troops from coming through, and it stopped Gyra from being able to get into a position to actually drop that Molotov and split up the push. But speaking of splitting, it's Ricky straight through the wall on to Ints, and that is another strong start. But Gyra, he's still hanging around here, and he is aware that Hats could be in that position.
The nade in the wall bang from Ricky is just beautiful. Another man advantage for order. Renegades can't seem to put a single step in towards Banana without losing a hell of a lot of HP or 1 or 2 players.
They can't catch a break, can they?
Well, they can catch a nade. Now aggressing. Up towards mid, Renegades looking for anything at this point.
Taking that bracket control. And they've got it. Only 2 players over here for order at the moment.
Order looking like they've made a hard read though. They've left Val over in that B area just waiting. They know that Renegades like to take that bracket control, show some presence, and then head back over towards B. But we'll see what is going to happen. Bomb is handed over. Will it be the double back to A or the commitment at B? Hats now with 20 seconds. There's going to be a flash. This is a big trick play. Val, though, still hanging around the A site. No one really spotted here at B. It's Gyra in a strong position. Ricky as well, covering that push from Hats. Now, he's been spotted, but Val does not budge. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Renegades hoping that these rotations came through, but the play doesn't work. It's the AWP doing all the work this time. Ustilo as well. Him and Val hold the A site strong, and order taking 8th.
Order's just reading Renegades like a book right now. And it doesn't seem that Renegades have anything to turn back to. You know, where's the plan B? Or, in fact, probably we've seen plan B. Where's the plan C?
Where's the picks? They haven't got a single man advantage this half, I don't think.
Show me the money.
Well, yeah, they don't have great money. They're going to have to take a singular save. But still plenty of loss bonus built up for the Renegades. I mean, funny as it is, I think the name of the game really here for Renegades is just try to sneak through a few rounds. The only round they've gotten, it didn't look like they should have been able to win it. They were running into a 3-man setup towards B, and, you know, it's just some of that Renegades magic in the mid to late round that got them through that round. I'd say they've kind of been, I guess, outplayed by Order here on the CT side, but I feel like Order, today it's just one of those days. Everything they do is correct.
Yeah, turning to
gold.
gold.
They can do no wrong.
Well, we're hoping to see some of that Renegades magic now, because it's looking like we might get a fairly anticlimactic grand final in a potential pretty clean 2-0 from Order. And I never would have thought I'd say something like that, but yet here we are. And again, Order are just dealing with Renegades with absolutely no problem at all. Finally, Sicko gives them something. He's got the bomb, now an AK as well. How much more can he find here?
Again, you could see just there, rock solid structure in the 12th round. Whoever that was in library, I think it was Val, manages just to get that HE out at the perfect moment as the T started to try to push in. That would have been him completely dead 100% of the time, but his teammate held the cross, made sure no one was able to rush him.
Same approach for Renegades every single time has been going towards Banana, and it hasn't been working for them. Surely something different in this T-side gun round. Maybe a carpets explode, maybe, you know, a quick one up bracket.
Yeah, maybe just searching on the other extremity.
It's looking like they're going quickly up second mid. So we'll see how Order deals with it. So far, so good. Again, it's a man advantage for them.
It's just another one. Another sense of deja vu here.
Must feel good to just... Everything you do works. Everything's going great. You're playing 5v4 every round, 20 seconds into the round.
Well, Malta is certainly searching. No eyes on this position from Val, but he does go for reposition over towards reverse default there.
Wow.
Oh, Ali again posted on an aggressive line. He's going forward. He's just waiting, and in the corner. Oh, this one's free. No one able to defend Dexter. And that's the two-man advantage again. 50 seconds. And Malta gets blinded as well, but still forces Ali off the line.
Malta's trying to get a little bit cheeky by jumping up to Graveyard, but Ustilo keeps an eye on that. So far, Valiance hasn't even been spotted in pit, so a double pit setup, and even if Renegades were to get on the bomb site and dispatch of Ustilo, there's a chance they don't even expect Valiance there either. Inns does manage to get the kill, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Valiance peaks as soon as Ustilo dies, and Inns is not expecting it. 10-3, now the scoreline.
It looks like that there is just some really solid communication coming through from Order right now.
Oh yeah, no doubt at all. Order's playing fantastic today. All of their players look sharp and on point. There's no miscommunication. They look very, very confident. Whereas Renegades, it kind of feels like at this point, they're kind of just going through the motions.
Well, here's a pretty damning statistic for you. Of the 13 opening duels we've seen, do you want to have a guess how many have gone to Order?
11.
You'd be wrong. It was 12.
Whoa.
So Renegades have really only started one round with the numbers advantage.
Yeah. These double orbs, when you have money for them, it's so powerful. Both games you've seen Order start things well economically. This time Renegade's going to try and make it work with the Tech 9s. Nice leg shot to start things off for Alistair. He's pressured towards jungle side.
Good Molotov to split the troops. He survives to tell another tale, but now this is going to be the crossfire over towards jungle. Jyra in such a strong position to find 3. Ali gets the wallbang, can't quite finish Malta, but he's quite low as well and doesn't want to give up control of this AWP. The nade is the deal sealer, and again it's just Sicko in the 1v4. Bomb nowhere near him. The B split does not come through. Flash in the perfect position. Ricky, off the back of it, finds yet another. And look, I want to quickly go back to that stat. The one round where Renegades did have the early man advantage, I'm pretty sure was the pistol round.
Yeah, could well have been, actually, now that I think about it. which makes it seem even worse. And it just continues to get rougher and rougher, doesn't it, for Renegades? Order at the moment are kind of making Renegades look like their plaything, right? Renegades is supposed to be the best team in ANZ. And yet Order is not even having any difficulty cruising through this grand final.
These kind of games happen to the best of us, you know. Just a little bit too flat starting things off. First game of the day for Renegades. Order looked like they had probably about 10 wheat picks each this morning.
The difference this time is it's the circumstance. It's the position they're in. And Renegades, they don't drop the ball often. But doing it in the grand final, that is a rough situation to be in. And surely that's playing on their mindset here as well. So from this position, you really need some kind of champion mindset to try to get back into the game. And they will have a halftime break just to try to get back into it. But let's see if they can salvage a single round here to turn it into an 11-4 scenario. Quick up banana, but Ali, no holds barred.
I mean, what are you going to do?
13 of 14.
Yeah.
What do you don't...
Well, it's 14
no
of 15.
There's no do, Jordan. You don't.
You don't what?
You don't get to play because you get shot by an ult 5 seconds into the round when you go try to take map control.
Ah, suddenly it all makes sense. Well, that's another opening pick found. And with the one-man advantage, Order will be happy just to play their game. This time, they've gone for the three-man stack. They're so confident in Ricky and Ustillo over towards that A site. They've even gone for that reposition. Ricky no longer here at B. It's Ali who's hanging around and still holding this aggressive line, going toe-to-toe with Sicko, gets the headshot. And again, it's just another pick-off.
And another, as Ricky gets one on the other side. What really can you do right now as Renegades? Every corner they turn around, they lose a player. Every part of the map that they try to take control of, they're suffering a loss. Order is just bullying Renegades out of this game right now. Gyra drops off the coffins, finishes off Ins. Dexter's the last man alive, and he's really been the only hope for Renegades in this map. Can he pull off something magical? With 16 seconds here, surely no chance. Alistair's not going to give him much. Shoulder peeking the corners, waits for Valiant, and that'll be the end of the half. 12-3, and it's Order that have the advantage. Here we go into the second half, and I am really, really not sure that Renegades are going to be able to pull this one back.
Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. sorry that I wasn't really there for me. Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quiet undertaking. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can spend another day.
Inferno absolutely blazing us with the surprises here. Order up by 9 rounds as we head into the second. Similar situation to them against Chiefs yesterday. So Renegades, this is their last opportunity. They're already a map down. If they go down on another, that's the grand final lost.
Indeed, you're right, Mac, and I never would have felt as though I'd be in a situation like this one watching the Road to Rio Grand Finals, and I'm sure Renegades also had not considered that possibility. But they're going to have to do something special here on the CT side to come back, and that is a good way to start. Malta, he's the kind of player that can take a game away from you, and to start off with a couple of headshots from those USPs for him, I wonder if there's a Train-esque performance here for Malta on Inferno.
That's probably the first thing in 2 maps that I've seen go wrong really badly for Auto, which was that flashbang at top mid doesn't go quite deep enough to blind the CTs. Gives them some rather easy opening duels to be winning on this CT side. So now in the 3-on-5, Auto, all 3 of their players on different parts of the map, searching, looking for some picks.
Oh, beautiful nade though. Straight onto an unarmored Alistair, but
that's
he
the B-side.
has an answer. Straight on the head of Dexter. Smoke to allow the cross, and that should at least be the plant now. So that's going to be money for the next round as we do go forward. But Renegades, they still need to fight for this, and that's if...
I don't know if that's the plan.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they can't know that he's necessarily going to be solo B, obviously.
So ought to pump the brakes and go for a bit of a reverse.
Looks like it's going to be a Moto smoke and a chimney flash from Alistair. Going to send Ricky and Val straight out of carpets, and that as the hard rotate off, Inns is going to be all alone in mini pit.
Oh, they think it's the double pump, but here comes the flash, and now at least Ints is going to be able to fight for control of the site, and the bomb still needs to cross. Val already down. Ints single-handedly getting this one done, but Ali has an answer again. Unfortunately, it's him against the clock now. They're trying to keep him alive for as long as they could, playing with their food, but Sicko closes it, and Renegades finally find a pistol.
Oh, they bloody needed it, didn't they?
100%. What's Bless said?
Who's Blair?
Something good, order good. Renegades bad.
Wow, and that's why he is the best analyst in this region.
That's honestly why he's a bit of a tier 2 analyst. I mean, I don't know.
Oh!
I've never really even heard of the guy myself.
Shots fired over here in the ESL Studios, Australia.
You know, I would have loved to have gotten Blair's input on the match last night between Tyloo and Vici. If we were able to get him here on the desk, it obviously wasn't possible with the current economic climate and not only the economic climate, I guess the health climate really more so.
Get him on the blower.
Yeah, I saw him tweeting about it a little bit.
We did sort of bandy at the possibility, but it didn't end up happening. Maybe next time.
Well, it's the RMR system, so you'd hope there will be more tournaments to follow, more next times. More times for Blair to continue his descent into madness. Renegades, this is a good start from them, but they need to deal with this force buy from Order.
Malta already copying some early damage. Order now looking to retake Banana there. Ints. Just standing with no utility. Holding the line, but still, with this line comes a whole lot of information, knowing Order haven't taken the top of Banana. Have they truly taken it? Now here's the rest of the utility. 30 seconds to get to site and secure this bomb plant. As they encroach on Diggity, you can see this flank starts to come through. Ints now about to get every single bit of information in the round and takes a kill as well.
A little bit more than just some information there for him as the rest of Order accelerate into the A side, and Sicko gets steamrolled, but luckily Hats and Dexter are there to hold down the fort. That's 5 for Renegades, and they do look a little bit better here on the CT side of Inferno than they did on T. It's a nice start to the half for them, but really only those first couple of baby steps so far.
It's been a very slow start into this game for Renegades. Pistol and Anti-Force have gone extremely well for them, and now their economy is going to start to get rolling here if they close out this anti-eco well.
Yeah, the tide's starting to turn, but they really need a tsunami here.
Order have looked like nothing's gone wrong. Every foot that they have put forward so far has been absolutely blessed. Everything going right for them. It's been one of those games. But look, we've seen them sometimes have, you know, some mental blocks, have some inconsistencies, make some mistakes. We know that it's possible for Order, so if they lose these first couple of rounds, let's say they don't get through on that first gun round, they don't get through on the second, things start to get close. Does some of those things start to creep back in for them?
Yeah, I did ask that question, and I'm also asking the question of, can Renegades dig deep? You know, do they have anything left to fall back on? I'm sure they do. You know, you don't get to this point, you don't get this kind of pedigree in your roster without having a little bit of something when the going gets tough. Malta, he's found a couple here, and Dexter helps out as well. It's just another round that's looking good for Renegades, and in particular, seeing the MP9s pick up a lot of these frags is working hard to put money in the back pockets of Renegades. 12 and 6 now. And they slowly but surely start to put at least the foundations of a comeback together.
Yeah,
you know,
great
it's not that
anti-eco.
yet.
Solid anti-eco. No one falling. And we're going to see some upgrades that are going to be passed across to Sicko. Thinks it's necessary here, and full utility will come through as well.
3 players setting up towards Banana for Renegades. It's going to be a pretty important part of the map to be controlling for them. Putting Malta in position to try to contest, but he's just going to get airstrike. The grenades continue from Jara and Ricky over towards Banana.
You can't contest that.
Let's see if that one surely doesn't happen again this half. Renegades, they were very good at adapting earlier, but speaking of adapting, Order, they're going for the mid-round push. There's no one on site here. Dexter wants to go through, but it looks like it could be the boost instead. They're just waiting. Site is completely open for the taking, but Dexter, he's up. He's gone there late. Val with the trade, realizing that another CT should be close, but oh my god, the aggression. What? Ricky, what are you doing? That was a questionable decision.
He's died to his own molly.
3 on 3 though. Alistair setting up in towards Barbecue. There's the smoke on towards Banana. That's going to make Order question if there's anybody retaking through that side. And Renegades, they're just waiting for the pick. They're waiting for the mistake.
Alistair, he's not questioning anything at the moment. He is fully prepared. Hats cleaned up easily. Inns surely won't be able to do this alone now. There is no time for him. I don't know that he's even going to be able to get out of here, so he's just going to have to try and fight. Maybe I spoke too soon. He does still have a kit, but no, Valiance is there. 3 was 1 too many, and 13 is now on the board for Order.
Yeah, but you're looking at their money on the middle 3. Jara, Ricky, Ustillo, little bit on the broke side there. And Renegades do have money to be able to reinvest. There's only 13 on the board here for Order.
What they don't have, though, is helmets. And with these Mac 10s, that could be dangerous.
Yep. Could see some drive-bys.
Certainly could. Well, let's see how the round plays out now as we head into the 20th. It is just the default 3-2 split. 3 towards A for Renegades. And Malta with no utility is just looking to gain the info by jumping off the sandbags there. No one at Banana. We'll let utility invest, but that's a whole lot of control. Look, they're continuing to go down Banana, slotting Malta in at logs. Order, a faster approach.
He's trying to go quickly into the A bomb site. Dexter, well prepared. Got the comms from Sicko, who also managed to find himself a kill. And Order have been stopped. Malta might be the end of it for Order in this round. So
I feel like this is Karma starting to turn around. It looked like Order couldn't put a single toe wrong this entire series, but it's things like that that are just a little bit more on the normal side. In a series like this, you usually expect it to get a little bit more messy. A Molotov timing right when you're thinking about setting up, going for the push to try to sow some seeds of doubt, make somebody sort of crack under the pressure and make a little bit of a quicker push than they were expecting to.
Well, the only sewing that Order is going to be doing is fixing up their wounds and sending them into another round.
It's going to be an eco from them. Going to take a save here.
6-round deficit now. Renegades are certainly starting to close.
They're starting to close that gap, exactly right.
Still enough of a buffer here for Order that they're not feeling too concerned just yet, but that can very quickly be whittled away. 5 or 10 minutes from now, Renegades are in striking distance. Ricky has consistently been the difference maker for Order, but only able to get one this time.
It's all good. Sicko's made his way back across.
Struggling to contain my emotions at these kills every time. Ricky just making such a miraculous play and couldn't find that second man, but hats it.
He's cheeky, Silo. He's tried it. Hasn't worked out, but you got to respect it. The crap walk out of apartments.
Yeah, nothing working out at this point as well. Sicko starting to fire up on the AWP, and this is what they need to be scared of. All through the group stage, this man was topping the scoreboards with the AWP, and look, they're warmed up.
Actually, it's good that you mentioned that because Sicko was the top fragger for Renegades across the match against Order. In both maps, he looked really good. Int was fantastic on Inferno. Malta was great on Train, but it was Sicko that sort of transcended both maps. I think that's something that Renegades are going to be looking for here, not only on Inferno, but if we do end up on Dust too.
You've been pretty nice to Malta so far in this Road to Rio broadcast, Jordan.
I literally insinuated that he was a beta male on Train.
That is Jordan nice.
So, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Well, while we're here having a tactical discussion, Pilly, you've actually made a tactical name change to Pilski.
Oh, yeah.
And Casts as well. So, why the ski? Are you a fan of snow?
I don't know. Do you want to re-review my last name, Mac, and sort of put 2 and 2 together there? No, not really. Actually, I was given the opportunity when I was a kid to go skiing, and I was like, no, I'd just rather just sit in a hotel room.
That was actually a pretty good burn. I really respect that. Max kind of just looked at me like, oh, crap.
He's like, oh, I've got this funny joke lined up. Come on, Mitch, I'm throwing you. All you got to do is slam dunk it in. It's your opportunity. I'm like, Max, shut up.
We prompted a sentimental story about the time Pilly didn't go skiing.
Yep. Yep, look, grew up in a household, couple of brothers, and I was always the little beta, just sitting home playing computer games. Sure, a lot of people in chat can't relate because you're all alpha chads.
Yeah, boys! Jeez.
And now Order, they're looking to, yeah, boys, straight in towards brackets here. Sicko and Dexter want to push and prod, see if they can get themselves some picks, and Inns has already started off well over towards B, I think it was.
That's not worked out too nicely at all. Malta loses his head, but Sicko's still there to cause a problem for Order, and Valiant will try to challenge, but it's not going to work out too nicely for him. Still certainly putting in work, though. 2 HP for the man, and he's found himself another kill. Can't get too over-eager here, Renegades. They have got the numbers advantage, but Order will work their way into B. And Ricky is a dangerous player to be left alive. But not for too long.
Less dangerous when he's not looking at you. Easy kill for Inns there. Nice and controlled stuff from Renegades. And now Ustillo with 2 HP. He's where the CTs buy guns.
Renegades very switched onto the situation, and Ints is hunting for that 3rd kill. Works the perfect timing as Ustillo tries to go for the gun trade. But there it is, 9 on the board. Renegades 1 away from hitting the double digits as well.
Do you start sweating now as Order?
Yep, for sure.
Sweaty spaghetti.
Delicious. Honestly,
Sweaty spaghetti?
I don't even know what to follow that one up with.
Alrighty. Well, you do you, boo, but we've got another round to cast, and Renegades, they are looking for this banana control again. They've been so good at taking it. Relentless aggression, but speaking of order now, they're just going to go for the bust up bracket, looking to wrap their way through into CT, and Renegades have reacted perfectly.
Yeah, Malta and In's a crossfire, though. Malta is now on his own, and he flicks across to deal with Ustillo. Has to work his way back into that B bomb site, knows the rest of the rotation is coming, and he is the sole defender out on an island at the moment. The rest of Renegades are very slowly rotating across.
Oh. But Ali knows, he's heard this rotation. He knows that the bomb needs to try to make its way back through, and Malta here can perfectly deny it. But Ricky, with the P250, lives to tell another tale. Now, this is that rotation that they need. The bomb can be planted for free on the A site, and they have no idea that Ali's down here in the tunnel.
Uh-oh.
This is a crazy round. He's heard the first, and he knows that there's more coming, but he has to let one go. He has to let the fish flow to try to catch them all. And oh, he gets one, the Tech 9. It's all about buying the time. The bomb plant will go down now, but it's the 2v2. What's gone on?
This is going to have to end up being Ricky to clutch it out in the end, but Alistair has really given him a very good shot. Bomb plant goes down. Renegades turn their attention to the site. They're immediately onto the defuse, and they might just get it. Sicko! Oh! He has won the round for Renegades, but at what cost? Luckily, Renegades have been building up that bank quite substantially in the previous few, because that is going to give them a good buy through to this next round. But man,
The ninja diffusers on Inferno. Why do they got to keep doing it to him? Same bomb side as well.
get your sweaty spaghettis out.
The thing we need to focus on here, though, is look at Renegade's economy after copying so much damage in that round. If they just drop one, they could be screwed for a couple. And that may just be order closing it down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Buy here for order. Taking their time, much slower approach in towards banana. Starting to poke and prod towards carpets. Looks like they're setting up for this bracket take. Meanwhile, Alistair's sort of minding this banana side with the AWP, seeing if anybody's going to get over-aggressive from the CTs. It's actually the double AWP on T side of Inferno, by the way.
Chat.
We've seen this a couple of times from Order on Train. Just Ricky and Alistair looking for picks on either sides of the map. And this is where it can get a little bit harder with those double AWPs, is when the clock starts to run down, you have to go take a bomb site with them.
Well, Renegades haven't really given anything to Order right now, but the one takeaway, at least for Order, is that there's not too much utility in the back pocket for Renegades. No real substantial utility to slow them down.
Dexter may just be in a great position here, but he will have to give his life.
Oh, he'll dodge this flash. Peek aggressively, Dexter! He's had one of those rounds. It's a 3K for him. Valiant and Alistair shocked as the rest of their team disappears before their very eyes. Hats will clean up Valiance, and the round is certainly over from here. The double AWP, an interesting buy from Order, hasn't worked.
Such a crucial round for Renegades to win, and they've done exactly what they've needed. Only one man lost so far. If they can pick off Ricky after the timer, this would be ridiculous. But in this position, Ricky looking pretty safe.
I don't think they can afford to really go for a hunt right now. Luckily, keeping 4 guns alive in that round is going to balloon the economy out.
This is a thriller. Oh, the timing.
It's what Renegades do best, isn't it? It's just disrupting. Disrupting any team they play against in the mid-round on that CT side. They're not the kind of team that ever just sits back on the bomb site and lets you execute on them. They're always just up in your face in that critical position, just trying to stop you before you get through the steps.
Such nuts decision-making coming out from Renegades there, and they get another. Can they hold out again?
The contest in towards banana. No one really coming out ahead between the two teams. I'd say, if anything, Renegades has invested quite a lot of utility there and only done damage chipped away at the T's, who will eventually come and take this banana control anyway.
Can only imagine what it's like sitting in the Order camp right now. I'm sure they're all watching. And it looked like a sure thing for Order in this grand final, but that is very quickly now slipping away from them. They need another round to build that hope back up.
It's bracket and banana control taken by Order, and they're going to walk back towards this B side of the map. This boost on New Box could be absolutely huge. There is a couple Molotovs here.
Malta still has a smoke.
Oh, and that's the perfect time as well. As the execute starts to come through, body block is there. Flash in the perfect spot as well. Blinds a couple of the T's, but Ince here just death from above. It's all three he's found, and he wants more as well. But Jyra disregarding it. It's Dexter to come through. He's actually found that through the smoke as well. Ridiculousness, and again, Ali now is just going to be looking to save the AWP, but Renegades taking no financial damage, but also another round.
Man, you could really see that coming. As soon as you point out Malta's got the smoke, he's got the flash, throws the smoke at the perfect time, gets the flash out, and In's just in the perfect spot to deal with it.
Oh, after time!
1900 in the bank.
Not going to be able to save the AWP.
Not going to be able to buy a primary weapon.
And here's the equalizer. Renegades about to tie it all up at 13 apiece. What do Order do with the minimal funds they have?
I don't know, Karma's come back around. Everything going right to nothing going right for Order. And all of a sudden, what was a 12-3 lead at the half is a one-round advantage. But they're probably going to have to take a save here or go for a bit of a misc force where they get, you know, a deagle or something like that on one or two of their players.
I wonder what happened there with the comms if they were just yelling, he's boosted, and Jyra ran in.
I mean, that could be anywhere.
Looking at the wrong one.
Thing was, I don't know where that molly was thrown. I know it can spread kind of weird on New Box from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always burn the player who's boosted.
No.
It wasn't burning Ince
And
there.
it wasn't burning Ince that time, yeah.
Was that just an Order tack pause into a Renegades tack pause?
Yeah, they just needed an extra second or two.
Can we take one? Jordan,
The
you got the button
BM
over there?
The BM tack pause? Yeah, let me just press the...
I think he's got the wrong button.
Where'd you go?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
no.
pressed the wrong button. That was the mute one.
Can you just hold that down for the next map, please?
Yeah, I'll hold Max down for you.
Order! Can you hear me through their microphones? We've got another round coming up! Renegades!
Oh, stop. You can't do that. I was trying to play the hand I was given, Jordan, and you've just caught me off guard.
Well, it's a half buy for Order.
Can't believe that's happened.
They're trying to build up the money. That's going to give Renegades a potentially easier round here. Even things up 13 apiece. They've got plenty of money.
Max going to have to hold down his mute button for a little minute now.
Why is that, Jordan?
He's just dying under the desk.
Unfortunate. Well, I'll tell you what, Order's dying as well. So, all members of Order dying in and out of the server at the moment. As Renegades just continue. They're about to close this deficit entirely and even up the round count. Not a single bit of damage done by by Order in this round to Renegades. And that's going to give them a very strong economy into the late parts of this game. We say it all the time, but one of the biggest win conditions for yourself on the T side of the T side of any map, really, is to reset that CT economy. And I don't think Order's going to be able to do it.
They'll have to win from the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Straight up gun rounds.
And now we were talking about Renegades' economy being in breaking point. But look at it now. 2 or 3 clean rounds in a row. And they are absolutely laughing.
13-13, and you know, we sort of talked about this. I said I felt like this was the kind of thing that could happen on Train. It didn't happen there. But once again, Renegades, just from an almost insurmountable odds kind of a position, are slowly but surely grinding their way back into a map, and in reality, grinding their way back into this series because they were down and they were out.
They've taken banana control again, Renegades. Invested a whole lot of utility in taking it. Both Inns and Malta, not a single grenade to either of their names right now. And they're going to leave Inns just a jump spot as Order go for bracket.
Good timing on the molly, just to split up the T's, and that allows CSGO again to re-aggress, as well as fall back. Getting the pick, that's going to be the 4v4 now.
Oh, the push from Hats. The 1-for-1's actually not too bad for Order, but after Hats pushes all the way through carpet here, that looks like the difference maker for Renegades in a round like this.
Oh!
No!
Surely not. Oh, he's dealt with Ustillo anyway. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Wipe that sweat away from your brow. Alistair continued to push forward, but didn't know exactly where Hats was. It's worked out as it should have. And Renegades are going to find the lead.
Oh, what a confusing round. And Ricky won't have the advantage, just looks away at the wrong moment. And Renegades, there it is. They are finally in the lead. The champion mindset to get them back to this position is huge. And now just 2 away from taking their map pick here.
Then Dust 2 is the third. If they make it there, Order, I don't know if they're going to be able to buy here. They're going to try to. It's going to be pretty limited on the utility. Actually, it's the hero AK from Gyra. Everyone else going for pistols and armor.
Well, Gyra has been leading from the front here on Inferno, and he's going to have to do it again. Already copying a grenade. It's not a great start to the round. There'll be a second potentially to follow. Inns is going to fang it down banana. That's landed right in front of Gyra. Job doesn't get easier here for Order.
They've taken banana though. They've got a little bit of info over towards brackets, courtesy of Ustillo. Sorry, carpets rather.
If Order walk into this trap as well, it'll be extremely detrimental. You've got the bait set up over at New Box as well, and if it's not mollied out, well, there will be a price to pay. An expensive round either way, even if Order do commit to this A site. Surely CSGO doesn't drop the ball here. The man has been on fire for the last 10 rounds or so.
Only the 2 defenders over on A, though. All it takes is one good Deagle headshot onto Hats, and CSGO with an AWP, surely not able to multi-frag there. Malta's dead on the B side as well, and this may start to draw a rotation. Hats holds strong, though. And this is the important bomb site. Oh. Hats and CSGO, the ones that are doing the dirty work for Renegades. They're in the trenches, and they are dealing with Order. Valiant's tagged down through the wall. CSGO's on his own, but 10 seconds here, and Order really need to pick up the pace. I'm not sure the Valiants can get that bomb down in time. That is the round over, and that is Renegades moving to map point.
Trying to kill Val after time again. He's only got $2,000.
The disrespect from Dexter. He held the trigger as well, just ran straight towards him and then finished him off last second. What a brain, what a play. And again, Renegades are certainly making every single right move to close out Inferno.
And initially, it was only going to be the one player that was going to be light on util for Order here. Gyro went for the hero AK in the last round, but as a result of Valiant staying alive after time there and dying, he will also, unfortunately, not be able to afford very much utility. So Order are going to have to get it done with 3 utility sets.
They're going to have to get it done potentially with 4 players alive. I lie, though, as Malta doesn't check the corner. Alistair's got himself another kill as well, and there is no way Dexter gets out of there alive. There might still be a glimmer of hope here for Order. Hats could potentially turn that light off, though. A 1-for-1 is not good enough for him.
There's no way they're going to expect Inns this close towards bracket, though, on the rotation. But that Molotov is going to slow him down.
Still plenty of HP on the 2 remaining Order players. As Ince just edges forward. He's going to be spotted. Still with half HP.
Pop flash off the door from Ustillo to buy a little bit more time. Smoke now down for Inns. And he'll creep his way forward, knowing that he's in a massive crossfire setup. Does manage to clear out Pit, but time is of the essence and he has to run into the site. That's the round for Valiants. 14 Do we go to OT?
The round definitely got messy. Renegades being a little bit more aggressive, and we see it from them all the time. When they're ahead, rather than sort of wait for the opponents to make a mistake and play passively, they do like to go out there and get aggressive and try to just take the win away from their opponent. And that time, it hasn't worked out for them.
Well, when you saw the 12-3 scoreline at halftime, did you expect us going all the way to the end of regulation?
I thought it was over. I'd lost faith in Renegades.
Might be overtime, Jordan.
It might be. Inns is burning.
Oh. Damage for free. Ricky wants to try to crack open the B site. Split open Banana, but not this time.
How does he get out?
Well, whether he gets out or not, it's still pretty good for Order to be able to secure that Banana control. Limits Renegades information. Now Alistair getting the flash ready for dig side to send Order up brackets.
On to Sicko then with the AWP as he backs away into the bomb site. He's giving that ground up. Order doesn't seem like they want to stop. They're going quickly.
Oh.
Sicko's been run over by Valiance, and Hats is the last on the site, but does not last long at all. Inns and Malta will have to rotate across from B. It's looking like OT.
They've done that beautifully. The flash over onto dig side, and they continue to layer the flashes over the pit to keep those A site players blind as they continue to progress up Diggity. Now a 2-on-5 that looks completely undoable for these last two Renegades lads.
But it's Ince and Malta now. Trying to pressure both sides, both paths back towards the bomb site. But it is going to be Order looking to do the paving. Malta on 60 HP, make it 0. Gyra with the final blow. And I would like to point out that strat we just saw was actually one of the ones that MC prepared for us with a Skybox segment the other day. I believe they pulled it up against Chiefs when they played in the groups. And the question is, where was it? Where was that for the rest of the half? They just were given absolutely no space.
I wonder if it was Dexter at the half, or, you know, was there any input from Mitha? New coach for Renegades, of course.
Well, Paddy, I'll try to get your answer.
I'm not sure Renegades did anything like too crazy special there in that half, you know. They continued to play pretty similar to how we always expect them to. Order committing through this banana smoke. Renegades have been great at taking this banana control, and Inns is just denying it to them.
Renegades put in high priority on looking for banana early, and it has netted them the first 2 kills. Now, even though Order have gone for the retake now, they've invested a huge amount of utility just to get to this position. Renegades are expecting an early bust. You can see this rotation. Sicko making his way into CT. Will be able to take the line. And it's the front site smoke.
3-on-5, a difficult task for Order, but hitting the B site does mean it's a 3-on-3. Ricky's already found Malta, but there's a couple more that they need to be aware of. Inns boosted up on the flower pots is going to be tough to deal with, and Valiance has managed to find Sicko. If he can get Inns something special here maybe for Order. Justillo's on his own, but Inns, a 4K in the round, has given Renegades the advantage in the first round of OT.
And towards the end of that round, he saw Order tried to throw the smoke on CT spawn, but it actually hit Ricky and bounced backwards onto the choke point, so they could have crossed for free onto the bomb site. And that's just another one of the many cracks we've seen from Order here on their T side. It's been quite hard for them to get across the line with pretty much anything. But overtime is where you'd want to be seeing it. Look, they've got some money back together. They've got all of the pieces of utility to work with. Nobody dying after time. So if they can just get through with one of these rounds, it's going to be better than they did in regulation.
Order just giving so much respect to the Renegades there at mid. Sicko, not even early in the round, just looking for that pick, making sure no one dropped in to the tunnel. Unable just to completely gaze into second for free, but now it's just a flash thrown here. Smoke about to fade, but Malta, he is taking the risk. But can he find the reward? Oh, he might have actually slipped in behind the tees. No, Gyra spots him. And it's now going to be left solo. Ali as well. Denies that aggression from Dexter.
And that's just Renegades kind of walking into order there.
Inns has been good, though, toward the end of the map, and maybe can hold down the B site. Gyra, however, goes one better, and he's been good for the entire map. 26 and 22 for him. Gets that open onto B that almost assures the round for Order, and Renegades really just have to save here. 6K in the bank for a couple of them, but you got to remember it is 10K OT, so there's not as much cash as there otherwise would have been.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think that's a great round for Order, just to be able to repel that aggression. It's been made a little bit easier for them. I mean, Sicko goes down there, but as long as Hat survives, I mean, you should be fine. You should be able to drop over an AWP.
Should do. But even still, that was more money than Renegades wanted to be losing in that situation. So the quick hunt coming out from Order, netting them an extra reward on top of the round.
Yeah, Dexter and Malta are the ones that probably need to be dropped guns, and then maybe Sicko can throw an M4 over to Inns, he can give him an AWP, something along those lines. They'll work it out. They know their economy. And, I mean, Order, that's an easier round than they've necessarily had to go out there and get on the T side. It's been given to them a little bit by Renegades. So let's see if they can actually go 2-1 on this T side that they really struggled on in regulation. I don't think Renegades is going to be giving them another freebie like that. So they're going to have to go out there and earn it.
Oh, great shot from Sicko. And the going gets tougher for Order. That said, one round on the T side is a bit of a premium, given what we saw during regulation. Hats on the push is going to meet Valiance in the apartments. This one is going to go the way of the young gun. 16-16 and a 4-on-4.
Order going to group up towards B now. Plenty of utility to be able to try and go for an execute here. Inns has absolutely nothing to be able to slow them down if they do choose to go in towards B. Malta, no util either, rotating through Speedway. So if Order are able to get good trades here, this is very doable for them. But Inns in a great position to get a pick and then fall back down towards first orange.
With these positions, though, it's going to be such a long rotation, no matter where Order decide to go.
Utility's been thrown in here by Order, and you talk about Inns getting picks. It's not just one, there's two. And only now traded down by Gyra, but Malta is too good, knocking the heads off of Gyra and Alistair. And 17's up for Renegades. They do have the advantage heading into the second half of overtime, but it does worry me to see that one round picked up by Order on the T side.
Yeah, rock solid defense to fend off the troops there at B. Renegades now, slight advantage, but it's the CT side where Order excelled as well. And now they've got that full bite and the double AWP setup. Ricky and Ali both putting their hand in the mix.
Yeah, let's see if Renegades have thought about how to answer this double AWP setup.
Oh.
And again, it doesn't seem to be able to go wrong for Order. Another round where they just get a freebie straight through a flashbang with one of those AWPs. And again, I mean, Renegades, they got to be used to it by now. Playing from this 4v5 situation, playing from a deficit. It looked like they wanted to creep carpet side and just try to quickly go towards that A bomb side, but it has been denied by the utility.
Dexter gets on the line.
Surely he can't beat Ricky here. Oh, he does. Absolutely creams him. And Dexter will roll around the corner straight into a Molotov, but now Order looking a little shakier on the bomb side. It is Valiance and Ustillo, and they've been pretty rock solid here on the CT side for Order. There's always a chance, though, that Renegades make this one happen as they lurk their way out. Ustillo falls. Renegades looking to take control of the bomb side, and they will with a vengeance. This is what's going to put Renegades onto map point. 3-on-2 for the retake for Order. They've got a bit of money in the bank, so they could potentially gamble for this. But I don't know about a 3-on-2 against Renegades now that they're in those post-plant positions.
A lapse in judgment for a second, and Renegades are straight back into it. Malta denies the push from Gyra and Ali. That is the call to save. surely needs that AWP because there's going to be nothing in the next. If they don't carry this one forward, the money just won't be there. Not enough if they want all that utility. And even with the opening pick, it's Renegades to hit back with the perfect answer.
Match point for Renegades. Just need to get across on one more of these T-side rounds. Order again, backs up against the wall. Going to go for that double AWP setup. I don't know what you're complaining about, Order. You've done it to us.
Yeah.
Could have closed it out.
Could have.
You had, what, 13 rounds to do it?
Could have, should have, would have, didn't.
I think it's an Order and a Chiefs thing, Jordan.
I'm sure Order at this point are praying for a double OT, quite frankly. They don't want to see anything closed out anymore.
Oh, nice
dear
grenades.
me. And there's a tag as well from the AWP of Ricky. Hats is going to continue to work forward. Gyra will end up falling, so it's Ricky solo on B. The timing on that shot, so very close.
Was going rather well for them until they lost Gyra there. Great start to the round with plenty of damage done, but now Renegades man advantage.
Surely with that pick on Gyra, we see Renegades head towards the B site. Gyra has been a large nuisance for them. Looks like that might just be the call. Dexter hanging around over towards second mid, just making sure there's no aggression coming through from Order, though. It's going to be both AWPs on the A site, so let's see if the rifles can get the job done as that bomb does start to rotate towards that B site.
There's so many nades here for Order on this B side, actually.
Oh, there's one. Inns is gone, and Hats is on 4 HP. He's still, oh, no, it's a smoke.
It's a re-smoke. They've got 2 mollies between them, Jordan.
They're not going to throw them if the bust comes through this smoke. They won't have the time. Oh, perfect placement of the molly. In comes the smokes. That's going to be the trigger now. The rotations start to come through. Val, he needs to find another. Sicko trying to go over the top of the oranges, but he's going to find no juice today. It's Justillo holding. There's 10 seconds now, and there it is. What a wonderful crossfire to get another for Order.
That'll be a great round for the Skybox, just saying. Valiance and Justillo are the 2 A players. And you see them both towards the B side of the map in that round with full sets of utility after that initial engagement with Gyra and Ricky on B in the earlier parts of the round. Use all their utility and lose the initial pick. And then when the clock runs down, you cycle that utility out. You have a whole nother set of utility on that B bomb site. And swapping those AWPs over towards the A side, Alistair stops the jungle wrap from Dexter, and again another nade to start things off, and a wallbang from Ricky.
He just keeps providing.
Gyra's burned all the way down to 12 HP, but I'm sure you'll take it here as Order. Numbers advantage. They're 1 round away from putting it through to overtime number 2.
It was a bit of an overextension that lost Order the last 5-on-4 situation that they had. This time around, I don't see anybody who's in that same kind of position to be a liability for them. So Renegades, they're going to have to go deep into one of these sites, I think. They're going to go for this brackets control now. Nicely timed Molotov from Alistair. We've got a minute on the clock here, and Renegades, they really don't have any map control. Obviously, Order don't have information over towards Banana. Renegades have just taken bracket.
Alistair does re-smoke jungle side and set himself up on the line. He's going to hear that smoke landing next to him, pushes in front of it. He wants to be the hero here, but has to back away into Arch. He's gotten flashed off the line. Renegades working their way forward.
But they know Ali can't help himself, but cops the nade on the foot. No free damage for Dexter, but the wrap about to come through now. It's the pincer onto site again. Valiance and Justillo need to get it done. Ali at least manages to find 1, but up here at Nifty, Valiance gets it for 2. The final man stands before him. Double overtime. Sicko, what have you got for us? Well, there's not a lot of time, and Ali wants the knife as well. Penetration to take us into double OT.
He's done it, the absolute mad lad. I really wanted to see it. 18-18 and Order secure overtime number 2.
I haven't heard Jordan Mays yell that loud since his microphone arrived the other day.
I've finally found someone that's matched my level of energy.
Very excited.
You bring out the best in me, Mac.
Oh boy. Well, there you go. Nothing to complain about for Order Army this time around. They have made it into the double overtime, Jordan. That's probably what they were looking for that situation.
I'm sure. Unfortunately, they're not able to take that extra cash through. But I guess it is what it is. You'll take it. And onto the CT side now for Order. So again, we're probably looking for 3 from that CT half.
Quicker emphasis towards this A side of the map from Renegades. They're just going to bust straight up brackets with a few flashbangs, Mac.
Changing the pace just when it's most necessary in Order, looking like they're caught napping, but Gyra's here.
Valiant's still on the site as well, and he, again, was a linchpin in the last round. Does take a peek off the back of the flash. The Incendiary goes down at a good time, but he has heaps of angles to watch, and he just can't hold on to it for long enough. That round has disappeared. Ooh. Renegades pick up the first again.
You love to see it from them. You've seen the early parts of the round, the standard part of the game, going so well from Order every single time with these double AWPs, the utility in towards Banana, the double AWPs getting them picks all over the place. And that's the kind of change-up you want to see to deal with this double AWP setup from the Renegades. Just some very, very effective flashbangs and just throwing bodies at some crucial parts of the map and trading out, and it's worked very nicely for them. Again, Order's gone for the double AWP. If they lose this round here, this is an expensive investment. They will be broke heading in through to the next one if they lose here. It is 10k overtime, and not to mention the fact they don't have a single kit.
You got to back yourself, though. In a situation like this, can't really think about playing around the next round when, in theory, that would mean you'd lost 2 rounds to the T side of Renegades. We know that the CT side has been where most of the rounds have come from, so that even feels like a little bit too much of a stretch. Given back over to Renegades.
Well, let's see if this one comes back to bite them. You've got Ricky with no utility remaining. He does have Gyra heading back towards the B site because they need that utility. They know its importance. With 50 seconds, Order seemingly happy to play with 3 towards the A site, just going straight through the smoke. That's a risky play.
Yeah, but it works out for Renegades. Now that they have control of brackets, do they default back to the B site? Kind of seems like they're shaping up to go around the world, but utility does get thrown onto A. So, never mind that train of thought. Inns is dealt with over on B. That releases some of the pressure for Order, and that's going to help out. Valiant's gotten the kill on the Hats. Renegades, 19 seconds to get in the bomb site.
Oh, ambitious couple of angles being held, but it reaps some rewards, and Sicko will fall. There it is. Order just barely equal the odds. 19 apiece. Who's going to take the slight advantage as we head into the second half of OT number 2?
Alex is just so big brain, man. That smoke onto the dig side of the site.
Just the confidence. Who does that?
He jumps up on top of the double stack and just kills someone in dig. You love to see it. And then another cheeky angle from Ustillo. It's 2 freebies there on the way into the bomb site. And that's going to give Order that crucial round where their economy could have been broken. But finally, it's an opening advantage on the AWPs for Renegades. Sicko punishes the aggression.
It's about time too. Ali has got away with that pick, what, about 3-4 times this match so far?
Either him or Ricky.
Ustillo falls in carpets as well, but he's also still hanging around there. I don't know that Renegades would have expected a second player, but he's fired a shot and now given his position away. Re-peek from Ricky, a ballsy move. It'll be a double peek again from Malta and Dexter. He needs to be careful here.
How'd that not connect?
In another world. But look, Ricky has a whole bunch of Renegades about to charge towards him. Just posturing, getting ready to go for the wrap. It looks like Order committed to the retake on A, but let's see what Ricky can do. Let's try to reposition.
This is going to be unbelievable if Ricky's able to hold on to the bomb site. 40 seconds. He's got a good angle though. And there's a little sliver of a player. He's missed the shot. 1 for 1. Not good enough. Valiance, however, does walk his way in. The flash is good. and there might be a few more for him, but Malta shuts it down for Renegades, and they go into the second half of OT number 2 with that 1-round advantage.
And that's 2 tier rounds as well. So this should be done right here, right now. Unless Order pull something out of their hat. Maybe they've got some strats they're sleeping on, but at this point, it's a very, very deep map, and the strat book surely is thinning out.
See if Renegades are going to continue their luck in towards Banana here. A lot of utility invested by Order early on. Airstrikes from both sides.
Boom. Right on top of Gyra, but he's got some good positioning. Will have been spotted there by Malta. Looks like he might want to continue to challenge here to Sandbags, and he's going to get flashed on in. Malta's white, but the fight still goes the way of Malta. There was so many flashes being thrown in from both sides, and Renegades reign supreme in this instance.
Oh, we saw this before.
Oh!
It's not the first time Dexter's been flashed into top mid by Sicko.
Okay, that's a round that's going to be a bit of a tilter for Order. Renegades have really just wiped the floor with them. 21 and 19, and Order now has to stave off 2 map points if they want to go to OT number 3.
That's literally how they beat them in the last couple of rounds. The last time these two teams played on Inferno. They're starting to do it again. Dexter's got 30 kills. He's just quietly plugging away. Classic. Match point for Renegades again.
Step at a time. Renegades have taken it the whole way back to here. They've been on the edge of defeat and still managed to fight their way back. Well, they will be rewarded with Dust 2 if they can achieve 1 more round here on the defense.
Good start for Ricky, but a nice response as well by Malta. Still hanging in the balance here for Order, but a bust out of carpets has been spotted by Hats. He's cleaned up by Alistair. Dexter, however, Diggity is a problem. He's been the standout performer for Renegades here on Inferno, but Valiance will shut him down. And Order go into the bomb site with a player advantage. Does Sicko over-aggress through the smoke? It won't look like it.
Val just knew that he was in that position as well. Just trying to spam him through the smoke. Now Malta, he needs to pick up the scraps at a man disadvantage and Order in great post plants.
Malta has to go through this smoke. He's got Sicko at his back, but really it's got to be the rifle to find most of those entries. Sicko in a 1-on-2 with the AWP, just not going to be able to do it. Order 20 and 21. They survive.
One more to push it into another OT for Order. They stave off that 1 match point, but they've still got another one to get past.
They've already done it once. Can potentially do it again.
Look, I wrote him off, but let's see what they have. 5 rifles, a dream, and all the utility in the world.
Sicko's on the line towards Banana. He will have to be flashed off here. Molotov in towards Olaf there. I think it's going to be a smoke onto bottom Nana for Renegades, but Order's going to throw their own onto the top of Banana, which probably indicates they're going very quickly towards A. All of the bodies heading there as well.
Well, even Renegades seem to be aware of this. Sicko, he's gone on that rotation. It's very comfortable playing solo B, but it's going to be a push straight up Diggity. They're going quick indeed, all the way into sight already. That's been filtered out, but Hats comes in to try to save the day. Dexter holds his gun, holds his trigger just for the perfect amount of time, and Gyra has only 15 HP. No idea that Hats was still lurking around, and there it is. That is the match. We are going to be going to a third. It's Dust 2 around the corner, 22 to 20.